These are Cadota fig, and like, I kind of like to eat them a little bit riper, but it's pretty nice color on the inside. Needed one more day. It's still very good, but if you can have excellent, why settle for very good? They point upwards. You can see these figs. They're all like pointing upwards because the fig is a prehistoric fruit. What I mean by prehistoric, the flower is the fruit. Most fruits, there's a flower, and then the fruit comes behind the flower dies. On the fig is the flower. So pollinating wasps, some are self-fertile and don't require pollination, but this is where a wasp would enter into the little hole. Nobody wants to eat them when they're hard and green. They taste, no good. There's a lot of latex that comes out of them. But then if we scooch up a little bit here in this branch, we can see what happens. They start getting swollen up and they start getting a little bit of softness, but these are still too firm. And the best flavor comes when they're ripe all the way on the tree. So if we leave these for 2 more days, there's definitely the birds are gonna eat it. So this method of putting a bag around the fruit, when it starts to show signs of maturity, it means it's getting closer to ripening. This one needs 1 more day. Same on that one. We can add a couple more bags to protect them. At first I was thinking, oh, it's a waste of time, but like you get so much better quality fruit. And then you can see here, we can take that guy out. You start getting these little tiny cracks on it. That's like a great sign the skin starts getting thinner. You can kind of start to see like the ripples and the thinness of the skin. And like it's so soft. And then when you open it up and it looks very wet, like jelly. The skin can irritate the tongue if you eat a lot of them, but you can counteract that by turning it inside out. And that way the skin doesn't touch the roof of your mouth. It's very alkaline, has a lot of iron, a lot of calcium in figs. Iron and calcium, and in the blood is very alkaline. It's one of the higher sources of calcium for fruit. It's like, unwrapping a little present here. Like, ooh, this one is just so good. It's like when it's like maybe just 1 day too far for like being able to sell. Some people can appreciate that quality, but the fact is by the time we got that to the store, it would not be the greatest, but this might taste the greatest right here.
So you have to eat it.
Yeah, you can open it up and then you really see the jelly in here. Like it's glistening, and that's definitely what you're looking for. Oh, best one. Absolute best one of the day. Yeah, what's cool about these is they're very easy to propagate. If you planted it by seed, it would take a lot longer, but it's pretty weedy. Typically around the world, birds have spread fig seeds because they like to eat them, and then the little seeds come out. But air layering, or you could use like a rooting hormone on just a stick. So you could just take a cutting like right here and plant it in the ground. Another way is the air layer, which you could just take a section of a larger branch, I would say. So you actually have like some meat on it. You could go right here and say, oh, I'm going to prune this one anyway. So you make a circle with your knife through the bark, through the cambium layer here and here. And you do an incision right here, and then you peel that off, and then you remove the bark basically. You put some sphagnum moss on there and get it nice and wet, and then you can wrap that in foil. Some people use just plastic, and then you'll wait about 3-4 months, especially like during the warmer season when there's a lot of growth, and then you get a nice root ball will form right there, and then you can cut it here and then take your new root ball and plant it. Now you have a tree that's already established and it has a system in place to be able to move nutrients. Then you could technically get fruit the next year after the new flush. It's probably best if we take off all the leaves, and then it's going to start shooting out new growth. Once that new growth happens, then the next time fruiting season happens, which is going to be like starting to flower in the late spring and then summertime for figs, then you should start getting figs on this. So it's obviously not going to be as big as this tree in 1 year, but you can get fruit 12 months later. And you can do that with a lot of different trees. Can be air layered. Lychees and longans and rambutans are all air layered. Figs work really well as well. And you can do vines. You can do a lot of different trees. I wouldn't say every tree, but it is a proven technique for quick production. Obviously, if you plant a seed, you're going to have a stronger tree because it's going to make a root that goes down, a tap root. When you air layer, it's kind of like a ball of roots that formed, and so the roots are going to be kind of shallow and spread out, so they can be more susceptible to being blown over by the wind. So that's something to consider when you're planting, that it's good to have a windbreak around if you're going to have a lot of air layered trees, so you can help protect them, because otherwise they could get start getting bigger, and then a big wind and they could just fall right over because they don't have a tap root.